Okay, Rob, what hat are you wearing?
The dad.
All right.
Going with the dad tonight. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good. I was listening to the news as I was getting myself together walking in the door. That's awesome about Drew. I'm glad she's doing okay.
Murph, what's happening?
What's up, Steve? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Can you believe that next week is gonna? So I'll make this announcement now while I'm here. But next week is gonna be the very first BME show I'm going to miss. I'm actually pretty upset. I've been trying to figure out how I can make it happen, but I still have to leave somewhere in the middle of the show, and I'm like, no. But I have to get to work on time.
Do you?
I'm working
Do you?
nights.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Well, what
So
time? What time do you have to
Tony's
be
gonna
at
hop
work?
on.
I got to be to work. So I start at 10 p.m. next week. That's starting on Sunday to Thursday.
That sounds like you have time to hop on, do the introduction, and then.
So I would have to leave the house by at least 8:30. Because I need to get myself in there, get situated, get everything set up. Because I have training. Obviously, I'm training another trainer. So
Oh,
It's gonna
look
be.
at Murph. He said he's got a cardboard cutout of you in his room.
and then he throws darts at every night. He's like, I hate him.
uh,
Damn Tony.
never that.
At
All right,
least we
so
know that we can send him as a gift later on down the road. Is just give him a carbon cutout of all the BME members.
He's gonna cut out the eyes. He's gonna have the pencil going through.
hey, thanks for waiting on me, guys. For real. Those of you in the comments, if you could tap Tony's nose and share this live. Let's get some more people in this live, some more men up in here too. Where are they at? Where are
I
all
told
the
him I wanted.
men in this journey?
I told him I wanted 50,000 likes tonight.
Hey, we got we got
Where
we
is
got
it
a
at?
good. Hey, we got a good start going over here though.
Yeah, we do. Pretty
Yes,
good.
we do. As always.
And of course, my dog wants to bother me now. He knows I'm live. He's like, "Oh, I need me. I need attention."
He knows your show. He knows it's
What's up,
showtime. That's
Jamie?
why.
Oh, Murph, you know I
Tony
beat
always beats
Kelly.
you.
I'd watch out for
No, he
Rab.
doesn't, Murph. He's a has-been.
Rab's
He's a
getting the
paper
scally tag
champion.
now. Rab's only got another 25 to go.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
right.
you got one. You got one that I know he doesn't have.
Yeah,
That good old Guinness.
Yeah, the Guinness hat.
that's
Yeah,
right. He's got the Guinness, but I got the Baker Boys,
you got the
the black
shillelagh.
one,
Yeah, you got the
and
black
I
Guinness.
got the Shillelagh. I
Yeah, but
did
I
get the
didn't have
Shillelagh.
it.
Yeah, I just need to
I
start going
didn't
out for
really
the
either,
cowboy hats
but
too.
I did because of what it was. That's why. Kind of
Yeah,
like you did with the Guinness.
yeah, yeah. I had to
Yeah.
get. No, no, I'm not giving you anymore. Go away. I'm
All
putting
right.
you on a pre-op diet.
Did you give your spiel? Did you gave your spiel? Spiel?
I gave a little bit of a spiel,
Spiel. That's what it is.
spiel, Sputnum,
Sput. Ooh.
Spatoot.
Jive Talk.
Yeah, jive talk. I gotta remember what this spiel is next week because unless I just put it on Big E,
You are
since you're
just
not gonna.
don't do that to the poor guy. He's just starting out. Dude, you were the king of this of everything in the beginning.
Yeah, Rab's gonna have to be on time because
Yeah,
Rab's gonna have to be in that big box.
I know you got to be in the big.
I forgot the spiel. So before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, again, thanks for joining in and hanging out with Barry Mail Experience. We appreciate each and every one of you. Your consistent constant support of the Barry Male experience and what we represent, providing a space for the men and encouraging a space for men on a weight loss journey. Also, if you are looking or interested in getting some really tasty vitamins, try out ProCare Health. Link is in the bio. Don't forget, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Check out our sister chat, Talk Barry to Me, Sunday evening with VSG Bestie. And don't forget, every Wednesday night, you could also tune in and hang out with The Waiting Table at 9 p.m.
You're
Eastern Standard
supposed to
Time.
tell him to pull up to the table.
I was there. I was there. I had the voice and
Murph,
everything.
he had it, Murph.
Ah,
He's trying, okay? He's trying.
JBY happening April 12th in St. Louis. Get your tickets today. Just Be You Awards is coming quickly. It's not just an award show, it's an amazing meetup that you all should attend. Come out, hang out.
Oh,
If you
Basharian.
can't, it will be what happened?
I was saying Mo Basharian syndrome.
Oh, what's up, Mobisha? It will be aired. They will have a link that you could join and watch as well. Um, yeah, let's do a follow up. Where are we at? What have we been talking about? What are we doing next with BME? Tony, that question is to you.
I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm kind of
What
sleepy.
do you mean?
No, actually, aren't we supposed to be recapping somewhat of what we've already done this year?
That's
Recapping what we've
exactly
done
what I
this year.
just asked you.
Is it me, or is my tie just completely off tonight?
Oh, don't worry,
My
my tie's
tie's
always
definitely on.
Yeah, maybe it's the shirt. It's just not the right fit.
So recap. Remind me what happened.
So I was actually thinking today because I've actually applied what I've learned in this live was when we had the ladies panel, we had the women's
Oh,
panel with BME,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
really hope that a lot of you guys caught this. I know that it was live on YouTube, but if you haven't caught it, there is a recording of it on YouTube.
Yeah,
And,
that
I
was
mean,
good.
we had people showed up for that. That was actually a really big live for a YouTube live,
Yeah.
and I know that it was discussed. I'm not sure if it was Matt or if it was Erica that said that um, when you're complimenting them or complimenting a woman on her journey, you know, people just specify, "Oh, you look great," but they never specify the details of like, you know what, the work that they put into it. And I made it my point that when I do comment on something like that to another female bariatric patient, is to actually emphasize the fact that, hey, you know what, the work that you've put in is really starting to show. You should be proud of yourself. Trying to emphasize and putting that into the actual context to show that, yeah, you know what, that it's not just a visually like, all right, you're not just visually appealing, but like the work that you're doing and like there's substance to what they're doing rather than just having it be, another man looking towards a female. So I've really tried to emphasize that point. Sharis, what's happening? Welcome into the live. How about you guys? What did you take out of that live?
out of that
Yeah.
live.
Go ahead. No,
Out
go
of
ahead.
that live, like I said, it's really helped me, especially along in my relationship, understanding her a little bit more, working with her, and hearing her side of view and things like that, and understanding that I don't need to push too hard. That sometimes she just needs that support and that encouragement to help get over a hump. That I don't need to come up with a game plan myself for her.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really get much from that live other than, I was doing everything wrong.
Hey, that's a lot, though. That's a lot.
Yeah, excellent. And I don't like to admit that too much, but yeah, man. I mean, there's a certain way to go about, supporting women in the community, and it's more than just what they look like. It's what they bring to the community as far as encouragement, support, so on and so forth, and just to acknowledge, where they're at, um, telling them, that they're doing great is was what I gathered, was the best way to go about, giving them a compliment rather than saying, um, you look good or just you're doing great. It's simple. It's more than just fire. It's more than just hearts. Actually like communicate and support the same way they support us. So I mean, it was really a refreshing conversation that we had in that particular live. It was awesome. They came in, they supported us, and they gave us that space to support them back. And I think out of respect, that's the best way to go about it when interacting with the women in this community. For me, anyway, if that made any sense. Any other lives?
For me, the one last week with my big black therapist resonated a lot with me. It was one of those things where we started talking about loving ourselves, and I really started thinking that I actually don't love myself enough. And in doing that video I made last week, where I'm hugging my old self, was just a way of me showing that I do love it, and I do love how far I've come along in this journey, and that I got to continue loving myself, and that even on the days where I'm having a tough day, just remember what it could be and where I was.
So, besides just doing that video, have you done anything else?
I've gone out. I've been walking a couple times. Like I said, I've talked to some friends. I've just done a lot of thinking and soul searching, looking back at old photos, looking back at talking to my family about how things used to be before I've had surgery and things like that, and realizing just how much I've really done. And a lot of times that I minimize my success, and I take it for advantage how much I'm able to do now. I walked yesterday during the walk in live with Arisa yesterday. I realized I walked 3.5 miles and wasn't even tired. I couldn't walk down the block a year and a half ago. So just
Mm.
seeing that and having that resonate with me.
So it's funny that you just brought that something that you couldn't do a year ago. So again, from that live, I took that out of the live and I thought about different things that I could, because again, like yes, I do talk about like talking positive to yourself, and I do a lot of those stair walk videos for you guys, every day. I'm always doing a stair walk video. I try to give us something to think about, sometimes to talk about. Sometimes it's just a positive affirmation to you guys. But like, what are the things that I say to myself? And even though and today I had a really like big epiphany of just like how like how much it's changed for me doing the stairs. So every once in a while I come up with this with the stair video, or I come up with the reason why I do the stair videos. I posted something that was like a year ago of all the staircases I walk. I reposted that, and people were like, "Oh yeah, I know where that is." Or it holds walking those staircases is very important to me, and it again, I do the stair video because it's a way for me to keep myself accountable, to keep myself moving during the course of the day. Because part of my job is just on a computer, but I have the option of being able to move freely. 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, however how long, and something happened today where I actually wasn't there when it happened. I was actually on my way in. The fire alarm went off at work down in the basement, which is it's down in the lower level. It's 2 levels below the ground level, and I'll give you 2 examples of things that when you're at a heavier weight and you're in an emergency situation, whether it's a fire drill or not, and you've got to go up the staircase with everyone that you work with, and the other person either holding people up and telling them to go past you so you don't hold them up, and feeling so embarrassed that you have to make a joke about it to say, "Oh, I'm allergic to the staircase," just to get them to laugh about it is the most disheartening like feeling in the world. And another example was a staircase that was in that video of the staircases that go up to the train platform. Everyone uses the escalator, so you can't run up the escalator in the afternoon. But there were days where I used to carpool with people, And if we were running for the train, I would actually yell to them, "Leave without me. I'll catch an Uber when I get to the train. When I get back to the last stop." So two things happened to me today that like kind of hit me, and I couldn't have felt more proud about myself. Is I noticed in the stairwalk video I did today how quickly I was moving up the staircase again without being late,
Right.
and I'm talking.
Yeah.
Like I was moving on and those are the steepest set of stairs that I walk on.
And
And
you needed that, Tony. You needed
yeah,
that. You had to have that, man. And it's funny because like you had started that new job that you had and you were excited about it. And I mean, and I say this all the time, to some people, hey, happiness isn't all just, in the wallet, man. You had to have that physical going up the steps, being mobile, getting around, moving, and you just weren't getting it. And
no,
you were not happy.
I was
And as
miserable.
soon as you got back into your groove again, like right now, I mean, I could see the change in you, man. Like I could see that you're getting happier, you're getting in your groove, you're getting ready, you're getting to move around again. Besides this whole overnight shit, but yeah, man, it's crazy how just the small things are really huge benefits, to our journeys.
And
I
it's
felt
crazy how easily we can forget those small things. We don't see them too often. Like it's just being able to walk down the street. Like you don't like I don't see that as being such a big thing, but it is, and we overlook it too many times.
so the other part of that story was this afternoon I was walking to
Yeah.
the station with one of the other guys I work with, and he got on the escalator, and I took the stairs. We got on the same time, and I had to wait for him to come up the escalator.
Were you racing him, Tony?
No, it's it's just funny to me that I can, and I didn't run, I walked.
Yeah.
Is that I was faster than the escalator, which is hilarious to me because there were times where it was just like the only way I could keep up with anyone is if I tried to run up the escalator.
Yeah.
And not being the person that gets left behind anymore means a lot to me because like that was the embarrassing part of you know having the public see you say leave me behind. Like it's like going to war and say save yourselves.
Right.
It's
Right.
I mean it's such a great feeling to know that like that person, as much as I was embarrassed by who I was, that person made the decision to have the surgery so I could be where I'm at now. And to have the freedom of movement that I didn't think I was ever going to get back. I didn't think I was ever going to be able to run again. I didn't think I was going to even remotely be able to run for the train in the afternoon and be like, oh my God, I need to make it and run across the street, get through the turnstile, and get up those stairs so I could make a train because I knew it was going to be there in a minute was unfathomable 3 years ago. It would have been like, I'll just
Right.
have to wait another 20 minutes for the train to come. I'm like, hell with that. I'm going to make it now. I
Right.
challenge myself on these things or just to get up to the staircase and, not have to worry about it and be the person that says, you know what, if there is a fire alarm, I'm the guy helping everyone up the stairs now.
Yeah.
So just food for thought. And like you take those type of victories, that's where you can be proud of yourself. That's where you show yourself the love. And you say, you know what, I'm proud of you. Because 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever, this was what you were, this is what made you sad. This is what made you hold in tears from being so embarrassed in front of, your peers, your coworkers, your friends. And to have that type of moment. And I was by myself. It wasn't like everyone was around me to celebrate with me. But I could be in the stairwell going, holy shit, man, I'm fucking moving.
It's making sure we're not
You're
taking those
celebrating
small.
yourself.
Exactly. Not
Celebrating
taking.
yourself, man.
Exactly. And that's where I think we fall short is how do we celebrate ourselves?
That's what I was thinking is like celebrating yourself. And as we know, about myself, I've shared with Rab like Rabbit, I have completely dismantled my whole entire life and was living at my daughter's house, sleeping on her couch, living with my grandkids, left a profitable job, doing what I love to do, walked away from a relationship that I was unhappy with. Um, I went through, some friendships that kind of tore me down and kicked me down when I was down. And just, I hated myself, man. I was in a place where, despite losing all this weight and feeling better about how I looked physically, inside and mentally, um, I just like you, Biggie, man. I just did not love myself whatsoever, nor did I think that I even deserved to love myself. And what we set aside and don't even think about along this journey is that preparing ourselves in the journey to get to know this new person. And it's like, you know, um, you set all these things aside when you're forced to get rid of the addiction of obesity and not being able to leisurely just eat what you want to eat, gorge on things, eat things, eat your troubles away is what we call it, or what I called it. That was no longer available to me. So when I was forced to lose this weight because the tool was doing its job, I hated who I became when I was obese and I allowed myself to get there. And, some of you in the comments and those of you who may see this live later, it's it is a real thing to go through this journey and struggle with getting to know who you actually are as a person and what your purpose is and what you provide along the way in your journey. And it's like, we constantly sit here and we talk about community this, community that, support this, support that. Some of us, we just don't have the support. Without the community, we just don't have the support, nor do we know how to reach for it. Do we know how to get it, gather it, take it, receive it? And we don't know what we are supposed to do with this new body. But it's really, we need to come into the forefront and understanding that, what, truthfully, there's nothing that's changed. You are who you are, and you just have to readapt to moving forward in the journey that you have fought for. And with, weight loss, whether it be, traditionally on your own without surgery, naturally, or with a GLP-1, that it's okay to restart your life. It's okay to get therapy. It's okay to be okay. And it's hard and it's a fight and it is no different. I will say this to the day I die. It's no different than, substance abuse, man. This is a fight, and it's a never-ending fight. It's a battle to the end, and we have to find a way to persevere and stay strong together. And if you don't have the support, you have to show up for yourself, or you will just fall right back into the same scenario that got you here in the first place. That's just my opinion. There's a lot that I've gone through personally. There's a lot that we all go through personally. But hey, starting with surgery or, not surgery or GLP-1s, whatever it takes to help you find a way to see yourself and get the most out of your life, because it is a gift every time you wake, take a deep breath every morning and see and hear and enjoy what the environment has for you in store for yourself, and make the best of it while you're here and fulfill your purpose while you are here is the goal at hand. So yeah, that's what I've come up with. That's the conclusion that where I'm at. Hey, Mobasheri, and Kia. And I really hope that you all can find your way as well. But yeah.
And one of the ways to help find your way too is to talk to people who've been there and done that before. And that brings up another one of our shows we had too, was when we talked to Bill and talked about the book that he wrote, that was a blueprint to
Yeah.
helping people have had bariatric surgery, and that was an amazing conversation also too. Now, Rab, what are your
Mm.
takeaways from that live?
That freaking book is amazing. What is it? What is the name of the
Simple,
book
not easy.
off the top? Simple, not easy. Yeah,
Simple, not easy.
it's simple, not easy.
Escaping
The
the prison
thing
of
that
obesity.
what'd you say?
Simple, not easy. Escaping the prison of obesity. Which you can go click
Link is in
and
the
go get in
bio, y'all.
Amazon. Link in the bio.
It's on my table.
Oh, simple, not easy. The craziest thing about that book that I've noticed is that Bill is sharing that he got the surgery, what, 14 years ago, 12, 14 years ago.
Yeah,
And
long time
there's
ago.
steps to this. Like we've spoke about this the other day. I'm like 18, 19 months post-op, and really the journey hasn't started. The journey has not started, y'all. I mean, you had the surgery, or you're losing the weight, or you're taking a GLP-1. It just hasn't started yet. It doesn't start until, as far as Bill's concerned, a good 6, 7 years out. Then you're in. That's when you've revamped your whole life. You've taken control of it, and you've set in your new ways. This takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You'll lose the weight, and do what you have to do over a year or two's time. Okay, boom. But it doesn't end there. It comes right on back. It bounces back like a hiccup. What's up, Barry girls? So
Yes.
yeah, that's my
It's really
takeaway from Bill's book.
But
yeah. It's
he breaks it down to the point where, again, each stage of your journey. I mean, the further you get out, it's just another stage. But it's those foundational blocks that you learn in that first year to year and a half of, like, that honeymoon phase. That those things never change. The foundational building blocks that got us to all the success in the beginning, you need to continue that, whether you're 5 years out, 10 years out, 15 years out, 20 years out, and so on. I mean, this is a lifelong lifestyle change. It's not just something that, oh, I'm going to do this for my year, lose all my weight, and then I'm going to go back and being the same person because now, I can move around again. All you're going to do is just set yourself back up to slowly
Mm,
start killing yourself all over again.
it's really a testament to show how far and how long this battle truly is. That it's not like you said. We're talking about struggles 2 years out. You got to look down the road, 5, 10 years
yeah.
down the road when you're back to normal. And all of us are still considered babies on this journey
Yeah,
compared to some of these people
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
I haven't even learned to tie my
Yeah.
shoes yet. Jeremy. So I mean, the fact that
That's
we're
right.
up here
Don't set
talking
yourself.
again, like we have to have an open mind when we're on this platform, and for us to be able to say, "Hey, this is what you need to do in your journey." I'll never feel right doing that because, again, we're not doctors, we're not therapists, we're not nutritionists or anything. We're just right now. It's just the three of us. We're just three guys, navigating our journeys. We're all at different stages. We've all had different experiences. Um, I mean, we've all had different physical changes. Some of us have lost more weight than others. Some of us, our bodies look different than the other. But that's part of that journey. All of our journeys are going to look different. The similarities are there, and you could find connections and everything. but I'm not going to tell you how to navigate your journey because it's not of my business how you navigate your journey. Again, there's so many people out in this community. Again, this community is huge. So many different people with so many different experiences, with so many different routes of success. But where are they in their journey? Have they hit that wall yet? Have they hit the mental wall yet? Have they hit the regain wall yet? Have they been consistent with everything, straight through? I mean, there are different levels of people's journeys. Again, I had 35 pounds of regain. I'm working my way back down now. I recognize what I did wrong, and now I'm working on it. So if I hit a low point in my journey, all right, now I'm working my way back up. But again, am I going to hit another low point at some point? I'm 2 years out. I'm hoping I live a very long time at this point. Maybe 10 years down the line, maybe I hit another wall. Am I going to let it discourage me? I don't know. I don't know where my mindset's going to be at that point. What part of life is gonna knock me down to the point where I'm gonna have to fight my way back? Again, there are different levels that we all deal with, whether it's stress.
But that's life in general. You're no matter what happens, you're always going to get knocked down in life, whether it be your job, whether it be marriage, whether it be anything, your kids. You're always going to have downfalls. There's always going to be tough times. This weight loss journey is no different than any of those things. It's all about how you can get yourself back up and get back on track and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, again, we and it depends on what that battle is. I know Rab and I have lived out our battles on here for the last year, almost a year and a quarter now. It's we've been through the middle already, mentally and physically.
Shit, freaking Biggie's been with us a couple months now, and he's gone through the mill with us.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 4 months post op, and life is tough right now, and making me want to turn to food for comfort.
What are some of the issues
that happens, Jason? When I slip up, I give myself grace and reset the next meal or next day. You know what? The tool is always going to work, Jason. A lot of us are different. Like all of us are different. And I can tell you how the tool worked for me. Let me just give you an example, just real quick, and maybe this will set in a little bit. I get pissed off a lot. 4 months post-op, I remember it being very difficult for me to eat what I really wanted with the restriction. But you ever get that feeling like when you're, 4 months you still got a restriction, I'm sure. I'm not really sure what surgery you had, but I had to RNY. And I remember like I would want to eat what I want to eat because I get so frustrated and I stop caring or I get pissed off where I'm at. But that tool works because it lets you know when it makes you sick. You freaking start foaming or you may dump, and that's just your reminder that hey, I let you have that. You can have that, but remember what I'm going to do to you next time. And it's just a reminder to just get back on track. And when you get back on track, you feel that much more better about yourself because you're establishing those I can't think of what I'm trying to say. You're establishing those habits that help you start eating better and being mindful about what you eat when you do start to feel those moments. Substitute some things, man. Try some different things. That Cool Whip is serious, man. It's a good thing. It was for me anyway.
So this is part of the community that I like is that when people do reach out, and this is where all right, this is the type of support. Like instead of just offering it out to the community in a post or something, saying I have the way for you to figure out how to do this. And I'm not saying people are wrong because again, they've had success. But if someone asked me like, hey, you know what, I'm struggling with this. Do you have any suggestions? This is where I can offer support. I can offer suggestions that I've like. This is what I've dealt with. This is what I've gone through. This is how I adjusted for my journey. Hey, maybe I can suggest, you know, more professionals towards you. Hey, you know what? Maybe there are people that are further out in their journey. Maybe I offer them, hey, reach out to the Bari girls, reach out to Bari Nation, reach out to Busy Bariatrics. Give them avenues, for people that, I feel like would probably help them a lot better than I could. But
Yeah,
that's the level of support that we can give to the guys in the community or for anyone in the community.
And I encourage you every
yeah,
Monday night, right after our live, there is the men's mental health shop talk on Zoom, where it's just a bunch of guys being able to talk, and that's a good place for you to come in and talk to us too. Let us know what's going on. That it really helped me
that's
along my journey when I was struggling.
and that's true. That's very true. Is to have those support in place, and we've talked about that before. But the biggest thing, and I'm always the devil's advocate, is that they're not in your back pocket, man. They're not right there for you all the time.
They're not, but
You know what I'm
again,
saying? Like, what do you do? Mhm.
this is where again you have again there's so much support you can get from people in the community. Some people are a phone call away, some people aren't. Do you reach out to your therapist? Do you reach out to anyone, your professional, like people that you go through, professional people in your bariatric team, if you still have professional people in your bariatric team? But there are certain points of your journey where you're just going to have to be like, you know what, this is on me. This is where the mental fortitude, really means a lot in saying, hey, you know what? You talk to yourself and you say, do I really need to do this? Am I really making the best decision here? You know, because again, if you're going to reach out to a professional or you're going to reach out to someone, you're already making the decision to help yourself. So, what is it for you to say, hey, you know what? I can make this decision on my own, and then I can go talk to someone after I've made this decision.
Yeah, no matter
Yeah,
what, the decision's always going to be your decision to make.
It's
Even if you talk to a professional or things like that, they can't physically make you do what you need to do. Ultimately, that has to be your choice and your choice only. But it doesn't mean it's not a good source to go there to reset, rethink, and get new ideas in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, again,
yeah,
there are different levels of commitment, and again, life life will kick your ass, and they will beat you down to a certain point, and it's the decision that you make of where you want to go. Because yes, are we going to have bad days? Yes, we will have bad days. We're human, but how many
yeah,
bad days do you really want? Are you going to allow the bad day to keep happening? Are you going to allow yourself to have a second bad straight day, third straight day, fourth straight day? Or are you going to say, you know what? No, you know what? I'm better than this. And
right.
that's part of, that's part of the self-esteem part. And that's part of the being able to pour into yourself and show yourself love and to pick yourself back up and, and have the support to help you to do that. Having the wherewithal to say, you know what? No, I need help because I can't do this on my own. And that's finding the help, whether it's professional or through its friends, through family. I mean, again, the support is there if you ask for it, and that's a lot of things we don't do is we don't ask for help.
And I always encourage people all the time, revisit your why. Why did you originally start this journey? A lot of time when you revisit your why, you'll start thinking about it and say, hey, is that still relevant to who I am today? Or do I need to revisit this and find something new? Another why of why I'm doing this. And that always helps me too when I'm struggling is revisiting my why and adjusting my why to my current situation.
Yeah,
Jason,
yeah. But you
again,
have.
right after this
Good.
live, right after this live, Jason, we go. The link is in the bio. We have the mental health shop talk. You're more than
Yeah,
welcome to join us. And, you want to sit in and just listen, sit in and listen. If you want to sit there and talk with us and get stuff off your chest, let us know. You're always
yeah.
welcome. That live is there every Tuesday night for you guys. We're
It's a
there.
Zoom.
Again, there's
Zoom
no
link is in the bio. 9 o'clock.
what happens in that live stays in that live. It's not public. It's not. There's no one. There are no comments in there. There's no people giving their. It is a no judgment zone. and it is just
No one's
people
trying to
being able
sell
to.
you nothing.
No.
Come hang out. What else we got going on? Did I cover all of them?
I think we covered a bunch. I mean, again, we had a great live with Bariatric Society. We had a great live. We had a great Valentine's Day episode with
Jason.
and Sarah Smith.
Yep.
Those are always fun lives. I always remember laughing. Those are two of the lives that I just remember laughing and laughing and laughing, and grinning from ear to ear. So I mean, those are some of my favorite ones. Always, it's just being able to, especially with people that we hang out with and we have good relationships with. It's always fun.
We've
Thanks,
definitely had a
Jim.
busy beginning of the year.
Yeah. So what we have coming up.
That Zoom is awesome.
Yeah, I know. So this month we kind of want to cover what we've already done so far this year. For the rest of March, we actually want to have kind of just like get back to the foundational things of our bariatric journeys. Next week we have planned guests from bariatric athletics to come up and talk with us. We're going to talk about nutrition and physical fitness and how it helps our bodies in our journeys. We're hoping to have someone come up and talk to us about vitamins. We're just walking down that slot right now. We're just waiting for word back, but we're going to talk about the importance of having our vitamins, and then we're going to have a mental health chat at the end of the month that Ryan's going to be leading that discussion with us. And I haven't seen Ryan tonight. I just talked to him like right before we went live. I hope everything's okay. I don't know if he took a call, but he'll probably be there for shop talk anyways.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So we're just we're kind of breaking down those pillars that we need. Again, just to get back to those basics, talk about the importance of the foundational things that we have in our journeys. That no matter where we are and no matter at what point in our journey we are, those foundational things never change. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you always need your water, you always need to make sure you have your vitamins, portion control, your protein, you're getting your physical activity in. Basically, and I know that Barry Mother's in here. I know I saw that scrolling through. It's the Barry High Five.
Mm.
You couldn't have broken it down any easier for all of us. If you could, you have enough fingers, write them down on your fingers if you have to. Live and die by those, because that's the bariatric journey right there. Those are the foundational tools that you need to be successful.
And I think something like this is important too, because it's so easy to forget the fundamentals, especially as you get further and further out. I know it's something I needed. I'm going through a reset myself right now. I kind of slipped off. I gained a little bit of weight back, and just to be able to sit back and talk about the basics, it's something that really needs to be talked about.
Yeah. I mean, again, those foundational things, but they also go hand in hand with the mental health struggle of everything. Because if you don't have good mental health, you're going to struggle in those areas. Because there is food noise. You need to heal your relationship with food. You need to heal if you have past traumas, you need to heal those things. You need to work through that stuff, because maybe that's what's leading you towards comfort eating. There are different things that go on in our head. There are different triggers that go on in our lives that we need strong mental health to be able to to practice those 5 foundational things. So things that we want to talk about the rest of the month and to cover before we get into JBY, because April's going to be all about celebrating the community.
April is about to be insane.
I've almost given myself anxiety about how excited I am about JBY. Because that's what else we have going on. So we have JBY coming up in April. I think pretty much everyone in the community knows how excited I am about this.
Just a little, right? Just a little.
Rab, I think Rab and Shar couldn't have, like, if they could have muzzled me back a year ago when I was just like, well, they're gonna be asking for presenters and volunteers. I'm ready. I got the date. Hey, just text messaging them like I'm ready to go. Shar knows. She knows. She's excited
Yeah,
too. Again, it's
yeah,
just being
I am.
excited about all the people that. Again, I got to see you guys when I got off the phone with Ryan right before we went live. Again, I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's on a call or in a session. Um, but we were talking about how excited we were about being able to hang out again because we miss each other. We
Yeah.
had such a good time at retreat, and it's it's those connections that we make on this platform, and then you're solidifying these connections when you're with these people in person, and just it's so much fun just being able to hang out with friends and people who get you. And I'm Rab, you and I have hung out a bunch of times now over the last like 2 years. That first time in
Hmm.
Jersey, great time. And then we hung. Oh, and don't forget, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it up here, but again, it's all about walking stairs. Fenway Park is happening in April, April
You got the
26th.
hat on for it right now. Are you doing it?
No, I don't.
We we need to try to plan for next year to see if all of us can get out there to go do this event.
So
That would be dope.
Yeah, that'd
it's
be cool.
it's probably one. It was a really fun day. We had people show up that I didn't know was going to show up because Dano and Jillian had showed up. Bariatric Chris showed up. I thought it was just going to be my family, me, Rab, and his significant other at the time. Um,
Wanted to go to Yankee Stadium.
I talked to a guy today and he told me, he said, you know what? It's about the Irish against the Italians. That's what it is. The
Pretty
Boston against
you
the
know what
Yankees.
the funny thing is that people who do that. We have such a big Italian community downtown as well on the north end.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. We have
I don't know.
Saint Anthony's feast during the summer, and then we have
Mm.
obviously St. Patrick's Day, in Southie. So it's South End and it's South Boston and the North End of Boston.
But yeah, no, Fenway Park has always been on my bucket list, so maybe that's something I can look into going to do next year.
It was just
It's
a good
really a
time. It
good
was a
time,
fun.
man.
It was a beautiful day. I mean, we had already walked around the park. I don't know how many times we did, how many laps around there, and then we decided to do wind sprints up the staircase
I got
on
two
those
hot
laps.
dogs in that day. Two hot
Yeah,
dogs
you
in that
did.
day.
While doing the stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
I
that's
could,
the
and
only reason why I was able to do
because of all that walking you did. There was a lot. There was a lot of
Hot
walking
dogs are
that day.
free. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I went there when I was at my heaviest weight, man? I would have punished every hot dog on the table.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Fenway
it was
Frank.
bad. You were
If
like, I
you
gotta
don't
walk to eat these
imagine,
first.
yeah, I would have dove onto that
I
table.
had to. There's no way that if I didn't walk as much as we walked that day, that I would have been able to eat two hot dogs. And that's something to take into consideration, y'all. Is like the more you work out, that I've noticed for me. What's up, Kaylin? The more you work out, the more you can eat. So a lot of people say,
Oh,
"Oh, I can't eat this,
definitely.
the restriction, blah blah blah." But I've noticed that, like if I work out, like if I'm hard and I'm working out, going hard, and I'm getting my metabolism going, man. I mean, I can eat a lot more for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
and I can
definitely.
attest to that big time. I know when I was going hard in the gym, working out a lot and things like that, I was able to eat
Mm.
a ton. Now trying to
What
eat
about
what I
now?
ate, no,
You
no, I
can't
can't even eat
really?
half of what I can't even eat half of what I used to eat when I was going to the gym.
That's crazy. That is
Well, you
wild.
figure when you're working out, you're burning all the energy, and you need it. Well, yeah, I
Right.
can't eat half of what I used to eat when I was going to the gym. I was eating 220 grams of protein a day, 100 grams of carbs. I was 1,200 calories. Like I can't even get half of that now.
Yeah.
I try and it's like, oh my god, I feel sick.
Yeah, it's different. You know, the amount of calories that you'll
What about
take
you
in.
now, Tony? How are you doing now?
I have my days, but I definitely like when I work out. I work out 4 to 5 times a week. See, my problem is that because I work out so late, I'm working out 11:30
Yeah.
at night. 12:30, I'm just like, oh my god, dude, I'm starving, dude. And it's like,
Yeah.
do I have to snack? And sometimes it just might be, I might grab some, piece of cheese or something, just to kind of like, all right, kill the craving, go back to bed. Or I'll drink whatever, a half a bottle of water, just to get me to go back to sleep.
Have a protein shake
Oh, that might be too heavy. Okay.
I
or some
got
rice cakes.
stop and
The
I know
fucking
I heard
shot.
it. I heard him. I
And I
heard
do
him
it on
dusty.
purpose because
He
I know
all
the
over the
shot loves
place.
it. Starving, dude.
No, you don't do it on purpose. You do
I
not
do
do it
do it
on
on purpose.
purpose, man.
I do it on purpose because I know Char's in the comments because she loves that because she's got that thick New York accent. Because she likes to talk all that smack. Get that right.
Hey, Kaylin, be safe out there, man. I hope you're all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Be safe. I hope the family's safe and
Hey,
everybody.
be safe out there. I know how
Yeah. I
that
know we
weather
got
can
off.
be out there in Omaha for sure. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have OLP up on the panel on April 1st,
Yeah, OSLP
right?
is going to be back on panel with us again to talk all things JBY. I'm excited about that. Again, just
Oh yeah.
Okay.
it's just
Yeah.
just so excited. I can't wait.
Like I said,
It's just an excuse to be able to hang out with you guys, and another excuse just to meet a whole bunch of other people I haven't met yet that I've looked up to in the community.
Tony gets the fanboy all
Well,
over
that's
again.
and that's exactly what it that's exactly what it is. It's the celebration of the community, celebrating the community, and I'm
And
looking forward to it.
and it's interacting with people who have been instrumental because again, you don't realize the effect you have on people. Again, I don't. I can sit here and say, you know what, people can resonate with what I say, but until you actually
Yep.
have someone come up to you and actually say, you have no idea what you've meant to me in my journey, and it almost takes you back. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, really? I'm like, me? And there were a ton of people in this community that first year that have just meant so much to me. But that was part of meeting a lot of these people at retreat and for the first time because I met a lot of people from my circle. I'm hoping to meet a lot of people from the circle that I haven't even got to meet yet. And then there's those big creators that I haven't even had the chance to say anything to yet. So
But now
that's what I'm excited.
you're a part of that circle
Yeah.
for the newer people. Someone like
Uh, again, I don't put myself in that.
you don't put your but you got to. People like me who are newer to this community are looking up to guys like you, Rab, Ryan, that have been in the community longer too. So you are part of that group now.
But that's the funny thing is that everyone that goes to these events feels the same way. They don't feel like they have that type of pull or they don't resonate in that way. And like it doesn't matter if you have 25 followers or you have 10,000 followers. All it is that it takes that one person that you impact that makes a difference.
And do you think that's just because you're on here being who you are, being yourself?
I mean,
That
again,
you
and
think
all
it's
it is,
nothing out of the ordinary.
and all it is, and again, I love the fact that we don't sit here and tell everyone, how to navigate their journey. Because I'll never feel comfortable with that. I'll never feel confident enough to say, "Hey, this is how you should do your journey." If you do, more power to you. And there are a lot of people who are really, really smart in this community and have a a crap ton of success and probably have the clout to say, yeah, you know what, I have the proof in the pudding, to say that I can help you. I don't have that, or I don't feel like I have that. That's not how I want to help the community. I want to be, as supportive as possible. And if I can help lead you to those people that can help you, then that's what I'm going to do. But all I can do is be authentic to sharing my journey and sharing how I feel and how, what I've gone through in my journey. And if that resonates with you, I'm happy. And if it has a positive impact on your life, that's awesome, because you're probably going to have the same effect on me, because I know a ton of people have already had that effect on myself.
Well, I could say you guys have had a positive impact on my journey in my life. So,
well, you have too, and that's why you're here with us. And hey there, Drew Barry, how you feeling?
Yeah. Hey, what's up,
Drew.
Johnny? Drew is. Are you doing okay? I hope all is well. Groggy, right? Sorry, girl. Get back in it. Focus, Danny. How you doing, man?
We're happy that you could join us. We're happy we see you. We're happy that you're talking to us right now.
Yeah. Get well soon. Recover. Be safe.
We'll be in touch.
Thanks for
So,
coming out. God bless and good night. No.
yeah, you're doing well, man. Yeah, we're right up on the hour. Rab, what else do we have? We have anything closing out? Oh, I know what I want to close out with before we close this thing out completely. We have a challenge up until April 12th. This is a community building challenge that Barry Mill Experience, Talk Barry to Me, have put together, and it is the Just Be Me challenge. This is a challenge for you to share a post about yourself and to share something authentic about yourself that has nothing to do with your bariatric journey. Too many times we've come into this community not knowing where to go, who to resonate with, and some of us search aimlessly for a month, 2 months, 6 months, never feeling like you really fit in. Because again, there are a ton of people who have all the similar journeys, but you may not you might not have that same vibe. But what are other things we connect on? Because again, when the bariatric talk goes out the door, because we don't always talk bariatric talk, what else can we relate to each other on? How do we relate to each other on a personal level? What are your interests? Do you love to fish? Do you love to cook? Do you love to sing? Do you love race? You love racing cars? Do you have a dog that likes to cry throughout a live? These are the
Damn.
things that connect us. And these are the things that start conversations. And this is what helps us form these relationships and connections that we have on this platform. Because again, when we don't have anything else to talk about, we need something else to connect on. So put out that post. Share something about yourself. It's not easy, believe me. Putting yourself up on camera and sharing just any bit of yourself it can be hard. Never mind share something authentically just you. But put yourself out there. Make that connection. You might actually draw the attention of people that you would have never thought have the same interest as you. And you might form yourself a lifelong friendship without even knowing that you've just done that. So put yourself out there, put up a post, put something authentic about yourself. Make sure that you tag yourself, tag Talk Barry to Me, Talk Barry Mill Experience, tag OSLP in that. We want them to see that, what we're doing here is we're trying to, in the spirit of JBY, this is what we're trying to do, is to, connect the community on a personal level. And then tag 5 of your friends that are on this platform that you would like to see them share, see if they can make those connections as well.
I would go one further to say, yeah, go ahead and tag 5 of your friends, but I would suggest you try to tag 1 or 2 people that you may be following that you don't know enough about that you want to get to know a little bit better. Because this is the whole purpose of this challenge is also to learn what other people do. And if you don't know somebody, if you're going to tag your friends and you know all your friends and everything about your friends already, what are we really taking away from it? It's still a good exercise to do, but I challenge you to go reach out to that person that you may want to know more about. Those people you haven't talked to. That would be more engaging.
There you go. See? Great idea. I love it.
Yep.
So, people that you would like to try to connect with, see people that you don't know. That'd be awesome. Another way for people to be like, hey, you know what? Who is this person? Oh, you know what? They like to do that. So do I. So, really appreciate the people who have already put out their post. Thank you to Biggie. Thank you to Rab. Thank you to Ryan, Shar, Misty, Arisa, Drew. There's just so many people right now. Tara, I know Erin put out a post. Anthony, I really appreciate you guys, taking part in this because again, this is very special to me because again, I want the community to connect on a level other than just bariatric. Those personal connections. I feel I value those connections with you guys because I've gotten to know you on a personal level. That I feel like we'll be lifelong friends, other than just our bariatric journey. Yes, they're there, and I know that you guys would be there to support my journey. But I know that I can call you guys at any time to talk about anything else, and we could have a good time.
Period. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining the Barry Mail Experience tonight. We love that you were able to hang out with us and hook up with us and hope that you could attend next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Also, don't wait to tune in to Talk Barry to Me with VST Bestie. Put in a vote for Talk Barry to Me, VST Bestie, if you can. Oh, no, it's too late. She got all the votes she needs. Psych! But check her out, VST Bestie, on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific every Sunday night with VST Bestie. We'll talk to y'all. Thanks for coming out. Anybody got any closing thoughts? Because those were mine.
For me, I would just like to thank everybody who has been on the show this past year so far. You guys are the ones that make this show the way it is. You guys have been able to come up here and have a quick conversation with us. So thank you all for coming up.
Wow. And how you guys
Go
put
check
me on.
out Go check out the Men's Mental Health Talk, y'all. We're 4 minutes late. Thanks for hanging out. Peace out.
Have a good night, guys.